Shalom to our great friends from JNF, United States. Great to speak to you again. It's Eli Adler from Halutza. This week we are going to read Parashat Eikev from Sefer Dvarim. And Sefer Dvarim is preparing us to the life in Eretz Israel. And therefore, a lot of the ideas and the Jewish laws in Sefer Dvarim refer to the life and the future in Eretz Israel. One of these Jewish laws and Jewish ideas appears in our parasha, in Parashat Eikev, in one pasuk, which is telling us about the special fruits of Eretz Israel. Eretz Israel is Eretz Chita useora, Gefen te'ena verimon, Eretz Zeit shemen udvash. It is a land of wheat and barley and wine, grapes, figs, pomegranates. It is a land of olive oil and honey from dates. These are the special fruits of Eretz Israel. And there's a Jewish law which is learned from this pasuk. The idea is that in this pasuk, the fruit which is mentioned closer to the word Eretz, which refers to Eretz Israel, gives a special importance to this fruit. And if I have two fruits and I want to eat both of them, but I have to ask the question, which one of them should I make the bracha first? So let's say if I have grapes and figs, which one should I make the bracha first? So the idea is that the fruit, which is closer to the word Eretz, which refers to Eretz Israel, the Jewish law says you should make the bracha on it first. Because as closer as the fruit is to Eretz Israel, it is more important. Therefore, we shall make the bracha on the grapes before. This teaches us how much the importance of as much as you can get close to Eretz Israel gives you quality in Jewish life. Rav Kook explains that the fruit that appear in this pasuk, they refer to people. They're an analogy to different kind of people. And in Judaism, as more you are closer to Eretz Israel, this gives you an importance. Your higher Jewish life, as more as you're closer to Eretz Israel, as more as you pray for Eretz Israel, as more you do things for Eretz Israel, as more you put Eretz Israel in the center of your life, this is part of the fulfillment of Jewish life. Because Eretz Israel is not like a side issue in Judaism. It's in the heart. It's in the center of Judaism. And as a Jew, puts the idea and the reality of Eretz Israel in the center of his life, it gets him closer to Hashem. Therefore, there are different levels, as there are different levels in the different kind of fruits in this pasuk. This is a great idea. So there's a person who decides to come on Aliyah. Wow, this is great. There's a person that, he lives in Eretz Israel and he can live in Tel Aviv, but he could also live in the Negev. and he can go to settle Eretz Israel, in a very important place where the state of Israel needs him. This is quality of Judaism. So there also can be people who are living in the United States. But they could live in the United States, and Eretz Israel doesn't have to, care more or less what is happening there, because they're living their Jewish life in Eretz Israel. But there are good Jews in the United States which Eretz Israel is in the center of their life. It means very much for them what is happening in Eretz Israel, in the state of Israel. They visit here. They support Eretz Israel. They support communities in the most important places in Eretz Israel, which are developing the state of Israel. They are here with all their hearts. As much Eretz Israel takes place in our life, as much as we do things for Eretz Israel, this, the Parashat, teaches us. It brings us closer to Hashem. So let's all think, what can we do more? How can we make our life better? How can we become closer to Hashem? Yes, let's do more for Eretz Israel. Let's see what other step we can do for making life in Eretz Israel, in the state of Israel, better. That's what our Parsha is teaching us. This is a great lesson. So I wish all of us good days, good future, good and strong connection to Eretz Israel. Shabbat Shalom to all of you.